Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to learn about the operators as type in C++. C++ provides different types of operators. These operators can be used with variables and literals to get the result. You know some basic arithmetic operators such as plus, minus, multiplication, division, and the modulus, like this one. But there are many other operators provided by C++ programming language such as arithmetic operators, relational operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, arithmetic operators, and other operators. Now we see the example of what is the arithmetic operator. These types of operators, like the basic arithmetic operators, are plus, minus, asterisk, divide, and multiplication. The modulus. In addition to these operators, there are two operators to increase or decrease the value of a variable. The increment operator is plus plus. This is the increment operator. And the decrement operator is minus minus. These operators can be used as before the variable which is prefix and after the variable which is postfix. You can see I just write before the variable mean this one, it's a prefix. If I write this one, so this is the postfix. For example, you can change the value of the variables, like here I just write int which is equal to 0 and then plus plus a. Now a is the one here, so I just write cout which is less than cout and a, and then I just write end line here. Now a plus plus, so now a is 2 here, remember that. So count cout and a which is end line, and then I just write minus minus a. So a is decrement here, so the value of a now is minus minus, and then I just print cout which is a and end line. So here I just write minus minus a, and now we have the decrement operator which is the value of a is 0, so I just out a now. Okay, so this is a simple example of the cout increment arithmetic operator. So now afterwards we just go to the relational operator. So the relational operator, this one we just study this category of the operators is used to compare different values. The result of the operations is a boolean value, true or false. The relational operator are used in the following form, like operand, operator, and operand. There, where operand can be some variables or literals that are compared. You can see here we just compare our variables like a which is equal to b and a which is not equal to b. Then a is greater than b, a is greater than or equal to b, a is less than b, a is less than or equal to b, and a is greater than b, and a is greater than or equal to b. So these are the compares operators between these a or b. Now we see the logical operator. In the logical operator we have the AND operator and the OR operator and NOT operator. Now we just also see the logical operators which are the boolean value, like true or false, mean the value is true or value is false here. In the bitwise operator is we just use AND or XOR. This is our XOR and this is NOT operators. In other operators we just study about the size of operator and the comma operator. So this is the comma operator. Okay, and this is a comma operator. Now we just see the example of these arithmetic, relational, bitwise, and logical operator. So here I just clear this, and here I just write hash include and IO stream means input and output stream using namespace std and integer main, right? Now I just define the integer which is value of 20, then integer b which is equal to 5, sorry it's 5 and integer c, right? Now c which is equal to a plus b, okay? Now c which is equal to a minus b. Now c which is equal to a divided by b, and then c which is equal to a modulus of b. Now c which is the increment operator and c which is decrement, c which is equal to which is decrement operator, okay? So these are the some arithmetics operators. Now I just write cout which is line 1 and the value of c is, and then here I just write c and then end line, okay? Now I just copy this 1 2 3 4 and 5, okay? So now I'll just change like line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, line number 5 and line number 6, okay? I just save like arithmetic operator. So you can see our arithmetic operators are completed here, like for plus, minus, divide, modulus, increment and the decrement operator, and c which is equal to a, okay? And I just forget to add c which is equal to a static b for the multiplication, or I just paste this or leave it. Execute and compile and run this program, and you can see here for the line number 1 which is a value of 25 100 15 4 0, increment operator which is 20 and the 21 here. So this is a simple example of the arithmetic operator. Now we just see the example of the relational operator in C++. As I told you, the relational operator where we use is equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to signs. So now I just create a new file, and here I just write new and hash include iostream and using name space std and integer main. Now int a which is equal to 20, then integer b which is equal to 15, and then integer c which is equal to, sorry, integer c as a empty integer. So relational operator, and here I just write if a which is equal to b, and here I just write cout which is line number 1 a is equal to b, and here I just write end line, okay? Now I just use else cout which is line number 1. So this is line number 1, and here I just write a is equal to So A is not equal to B here, and here is write end line. Okay, now I just copy this code for less than, for greater than sign. So here I just write for greater than and for less than. So if A is greater than B, so our line number 2 will print A is greater than B. A is not greater than B. Okay, and if A is less than B, so I just write here A is less than B and A is not less than B. So this is our line number 3. Okay, now let's change the value of A and B here. So A, which is equal to 3, and B, which is equal to 20. So if A is less than or equal to B, so Cout, which is line number 4, and here is right A is either less than or equal to B. Okay, and here is right end line, and then I just use one another statement, which is if B is greater than or equal to A. So Cout, which is line number 5, and B is either greater than or equal to B, and end line here, and at the last I just write return 0. Now let's check the output. So here the output, so you can see line number 1, A is not equal to B, means 20 is not equal to 15. Then A is greater than B, means A is 20 and 15, so here is greater. Then A3 is line number 3, A is not less than B, so A is not less than B, true. And then A is either less than or equal to B, yes, true. And B is either greater than or equal to B. So this is the example of the relational operators. Now we just see the example of the logical operator. I just copy this and create a new file. Okay, and here I write if A and operator B, A and B. So Cout line 1 condition, and condition is true. Okay, and this is end line. Now let's copy this one for OR operator and not OR, and this is for, and here is write this is for OR operator and the condition is true, and here I just change the value. So A, which is equal to B, no sorry, A which is equal to 0, and then B which is equal to 9. Now I just write if A and B operator, so line number 3 here, so I just write condition is true, else Cout line number 4 condition is not true. Okay, and end line. Now if not equal to A and B, so here I write Cout, which is line number 5, condition is true, and let's write end line, and at the last return 0. So this is logical operators. Now execute this program, and we have an error here, yes, and compile it again. So you can see line number 1 condition is true, line number 2 condition is true, line number 4 condition is not true, and then line number 5 the condition is true here. So this is a simple example of the logical operator in C++. So these are some kinds of operators in C++. Thanks for watching this lecture. See you in next lecture.
Welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to talking about the increment and decrement operator and its side effects. Incrementing, adding 1 to the value, and the decrementing like subtracting 1 from the value. A variable also common that they have their own operator in C++. There are actually two versions of each operator, like decrement, a prefix version, and the postfix version. Let's just see what is the prefix and postfix. Prefix is like you just write plus sign and then x. Okay, so this is called prefix, means you just write the increment operator before the integer. And if you write x plus, so this is called postfix. So this is our prefix and the postfix increment operator. Let's just see prefix and postfix decrement operator. So minus x and x minus. So this is our prefix and this is our postfix. Let's just see the coding example of that. Integer x which is equal to 5 and integer y which is equal to plus x. So x is now equal to the value of x, and now the x value here is 6. So 6 is assigned to this y here. Okay, so this is called simply the prefix of increment operator. Now we just see the side effect of this operator. So a function or expression is said to have a side effect if it modifies some state. For example, any stored information in memory, does input or output, or calls other functions that have the side effect. So let's just see the example, like we have integer x which is equal to 5. So I just write x which is equal to 5 and then prefix of x. Then I just write std and then cout which is less than x. So the assignment operator in this example has the side effect of changing the value of x permanently. So this is simply the side effect of changing the value of x permanently even after the statement has finished. Excluding means executing x will have the value of 5. Operator plus has the side effect of incrementing x. The outputting of x has the side effect of modifying the console. Let's just see the example of that increment and the decrement operator in C++. So here I just define hash include and an input output stream here. Now here I just write using namespace and std. Now the main function here, it's a main function here, and in the main function I just write integer I which is equal to 5 and then cout which is I just write here plus as a prefix, and then I just print that plus sign of I. So I plus which is equal to plus of I means prefix of the increment operator for I, which is the variable here. So I just run this code right now and check the output that it's changing the value or not. So you can see here plus plus I, which is equal to 6. So it will add the one value with 5. So if I just create this decrement operator here, so here minus minus sign, and simply run this code and save this code and run this code right now. Sorry, it's not taking so right now I just print this, and you can see here the expected output for minus minus, and it will decrease the one value from 5. So this is simply the postfacts and the prefacts is increment and decrement operator in C++. If you find any of the problem regarding to this lecture or regarding to increment and decrement operators, please let me know. Thanks for watching this lecture. Welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to talking about the operators and the arithmetic operators in C++. Once introduced to variable and constants, we can begin to operate with them by using the operator. So an operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform the specific mathematical and logical manipulation in C++. C++ is rich in built-in operators and provide the following types of operator like arithmetic, relational, logical, bitwise, assignment, and MISC operator. So in this lecture we are going to talking about the arithmetic operator in C++. There are following arithmetic operators supported by the C++ language, which are plus, minus, multiply, divide, modulus, increment operator, and the decrement operator. So let's just see the example of the arithmetic operator in C++. So here I just write a library of hash, include, and IOStream. So this is my input output stream in the C++, and then here I just write using name space then std file. So I just paste the std files here, then I just write the main function. So here I just create a variable of int a and b, and then a which is equal to 10 and b which is equal to 40, and then a which is equal to b, and then b which is equal to 7. So here the value of a and the b is unknown here. Then the value of a is 10 here, and the value of the b is unknown here. Then the value of a is 10 here, and the value of b is 40. Then the value of a is 40 and the value of b is also 40, because a which is equal to b, and then b which is equal to 7, and here a value of a is 40 and the value of b is 7. Let's just print this output. So cout, and here I just write a, and here I just write a, the value of a. So cout, and here I just write print the value of a here. Then I just write here cout, and I just write b, and cout which is b here. Let's just see the output for this code, and I just write yes, and here it's an error which is the value of b, and here's the value of a, and this is cout. Let's just check again. So yes, I just missed the semicolon here, and now just check the output for this code, and as you can see here the value of a is 40 and the value of b is 7 here, because I just exchange this value, like this b value, with this one. You can see here at the last explained the b value. Let's just see the another example and just clear your concept with arithmetic operators. And here I just write integer a which is equal to 21 and integer b which is equal to 30. Then I just take one another variable, which is c is equal to nothing for showing the result here. So c, which is equal to a plus b, so I just add the arithmetic operator here. Then c, which is equal to a minus b. So this is my subtraction arithmetic operator here, and c, which is equal to a multiplied by b, and then c, which is equal to a modulus of b. Okay, and then c, which is equal to a increment operator, and then c, which is equal to a decrement operator. Okay, let's just give it the output here for c out, and here is write c out, which is, I just write here that line number 1 is equal to the value of c is, and here I just print c. Okay, and then end line here. Okay, now I just copy this for subtraction, multiplication, modulus, increment operator, and for decrement operator. So line number 2 and the value of c here is, and then line number 3, line number 4 the value of c here, and line number 5 the value of a here, and the result is shown in the c, so that's why I just print the c here. Then I just write line number 6 here, and the value of a in the decrement operator is, the resultant value is c here, so I just write here return 0. Okay, so I just print this code. Sorry, I just save this, and now I just print this code. So you can see here the arithmetic operators value are the line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 51, minus 9, 6, 30, 21, 21, and 22. So these are some of the arithmetic operators in the C++. If you find any of the problem regarding with these arithmetic operator and other operators, please let me know. Thanks for watching this lecture. Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talking about the size of comma and the conditional operator in C++. The conditional operator is an operator used in C or C++, as well as other languages, such as C#. The conditional operator returns one of two values depending on the result of an expression. Let's just see the syntax of this conditional operator. Like here you have expression, like expression number 1, and then you just write question mark sign here, and then you just write expression number 2, then colon, and expression number 3. So this is a simple syntax to write the conditional operator. So conditional operator is also called ternary operator. So this syntax, like if expression number 1 evaluates to true, then expression number 2 is evaluated here. If expression number 1 is evaluates to false, then expression number 3 is evaluated instead. So this is a simple syntax of the conditional operator in C++. Now we just see the example of this conditional operator. So hash include, and I just write here iStream. Now here I just write using namespace and std and integer main. So this is my main function here. So inside the main function, I just write here integer res. So res is resources here. So res, which is equal to, I just write here 6. So this is my first expression, is less than or equal to, I just write here 6. Then I just use AND operator here, and I just write 5, which is 3. Okay, which is less than 3. So C out, I just write here, which is res and end line. Okay, so here I just simply create the logic and then print this variable here. So this is my OR operator, and now I just going to write the AND operator. So 6, which is less than or equal to 6, and here I just write AND operator, and then here I just write 5, which is less than 3, and then I just write here cout, and the cout here is I just write res and then end line. Okay, so res, one other logic, which is res is not equal to 6 and 6 is less than or equal to 6. Close this code here and then cout, which is res and then end line. Okay, and then return 0. Now just check the output for this code. So run as a module. So here it is compiling, and here I just write res, which is equal to. Okay, and now I just run. So you can see here my first expressions code is 1, 0 and 0. So you can see here, so this is the expected output from this code. So I just write here integer, which is the res. So res, which is equal to 6, is less than 6. So this is my OR operator. Then I just write AND operator and then NOT operator in the conditional operator. Now we just see the example of the size of comma. Okay, so I just remove this, and here I just write double and double D, which is equal to 5.0. Okay, now I just write here cout, and the cout here is size of, I just write size of D. So this will print the size of variable D in bytes. So this is my operator, which is the size of. So this is operator here, and the symbol of this is size of. This is a symbol here. So the form here is you just simply write size of and then types of the variable. Okay, so it will return the type of the variable in the byte. Note that size of can also be used in a variable and will return the size of that variable. Okay, now I just save this so you can see here. So now I just run this code, and you can see here it is showing me the size of the operator, which is 8. You just also write the comma operator, like comma operator is used to that, like comma operators allow you to evaluate multiple expressions whatever a single expressions is allow. The comma operators evaluates to its rightmost operand. Like you just simply write the comma operator like integer a, b, c, d, e, like this one operator. So this is called the comma operator. So if you find any of the problem regarding to this conditional operator and the size of and the comma operator in this lecture, please let me know. Thanks for watching this lecture. Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talking about the relational operators in C++. This category of operators is used to compare different values. The result of the operation is a Boolean value, means true or false. The relational operator are used in following from, like here it's a syntax of that, like operand, then operator, and then operand. Okay, so this is a simple method to writing or to using this relational operator, where operand can be some variable or literals that are compared. There are some of the operators used in the relational operator, which is equal to, not equal to, and less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. These are the some of the operators in the relational operations. So relational operator, it compare two operands and depending on their relationship. For example, we have the value of a, which is greater than b. So there is a relationship between a and b, which is a is greater than b. Now we just see the example of this relational operator. So here I just write the header file, which is hash include and iostream, and then here I just write using namespace std. Now main function, integer main. So here I just declare the variable integer a, which is 25, and the integer b, which is equal to 5. Now our integer a value is 5 here, and integer b value here is 5. Integer a value is 25 here, and integer b value is 5 here. Now cout, and here I just write this is simple relational operator program. Okay, I just close this code right here. Now I just write if condition. So if condition is for using like this condition. If this condition is true, so it will shows us the output. We will discuss about these conditions in our next upcoming lectures, and which is a and a which is greater than b here. Now here I just write cout, and the cout here is I just write the value of a is greater than b. Okay, and I'll close this code here. Now here I just use else if. So we'll talk about else if in our next upcoming lectures. So just make a concept of the relational operator here. Okay, so now a which is equal to b means this is another type of operator, which is a is equal to b. So this is a relational operator of is equal to sign, and which is a and b are equal. So this is another value of operator. So now I just go to the else condition. So else here is like cout, and the cout here is I just write b is greater. Okay, now this logic, what about this logic means? What is the meaning of this logic in the relational operator? So here you can see I just declare two integer, which is a and b. Now if a is greater than b, means this is the greater than relational operator. So it will print a is greater than b. If a is equal to b, so it will print a and b are equal, or else statement, it will go to the else statement, so b is greater. So here I just simply use two operators of greater than and is equal to sign, which will print means we have a is greater than b, so it will print this value. Okay, so now we just go to the another thing, which is get ch. So I will tell you about the get ch here, because I just not use any get ch method in my any lecture so far. So get ch is using for like when you are just waiting for output string, means when you are just open your program, so after completing the process the window is not closing by itself. So get ch is means that wait for output string. So now I just write return, and the return here is 0. So this is the main function of the return statement, and I just compile this program, and I just remove this get ch because we just not need the get ch here. So I just run this code right now and just check the output for this code. So as you can see here, this is the simple relational operator program, and the output here is a is greater than b. So this is simply the output of the relational operator, what the program we write here. So this is a relational operator. If you find any of the problem regarding to this relational operator in C++, please let me know. Thanks for watching this lecture. Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to study about the C++ logical operator. C++ logical operators are used mostly inside the condition statement, such as if else, and else if, where we want multiple conditions. So C++ logical operators. So logical operators are used if we want to compare more than one conditions. Depending upon the requirement, proper logic operator is used. So here we have some of the following operators what we use in the logic operator. So this is the logical AND operator. So this is a type of binary. then we just use logical OR operator. So this is also the type of binary operators. Then we just use logical NOT operator, which is the unary operator in C++. According to the name of the logical operators, the conditions satisfy the following situation, and expected outputs are like AND operators mean when you just output is only when conditions on the both side of the operators become true. So means like this one, like we have the value of 1, value of A which is equal to 1, and the value of B which is also equal to 1. So these conditions always become true on the one conditions, mean these both values are same. OR operators mean output is 0 only when the conditions on the both side of the operators become false, and the NOT operator is given inverted output. Let's just see the example of this logical operators in C++. So first of all, I just save this program, and here I just include the header file, hash include iostream, so iostream, then using namespace std and integer main function here. Now just create the two variables here, number 1 which is equal to 30 and integer number 2 which is equal to 40. So I just take the two variables here with the different values, and now if number 1 which is greater than or equal to 40, sorry, it's greater than or equal to 40, and here I just use OR operator with the number 2 which is greater than or equal to 40. Okay, so what will be the expected output? So I just write cout, which is here I just write OR if block get executed, and then here I just write end line and close this code right here. So in first logic, I just use my OR operator here, means number 1 is greater than or equal to 40 and the number 2 is greater than or equal to 40. So print OR if blocks get executed. So this condition is not true. So now I just write if number 1 and the number 1 which is equal to greater than or equal to 20, and here I just use AND operator, and then number 2 which is greater than or equal to 20. So the output here is cout, and here is write and if block get executed, and then I just write end line, and here it's a end line. Okay, now if conditions again, and if not number 1 is greater than or equal to 40, so the output here is not if block gets executed, and this is end line here. Okay, now at the last I just write return, and the return value here is 0. Now we just check the output for this code. So you can see here that will print OR block and AND block. So here I just want to print this number 1 and that, and now I just print this. So you can see here I just get the 3 output statement. So first one is for if number 1 is greater than or equal to 40, and here we use OR operator, which is number 2 is greater than or equal to 40. So here in this program, number 2 is equal to 40. So one of the two condition is satisfied. So the condition here is executed. Now just come to the AND operator. So for AND operator, we have the output is 1 only when both conditions are satisfied. Means we have the value is 20 here and the value here is 20. And this is greater than or equal to. Okay. So the AND operator on the first condition is true here and the second condition is true. So it will give the output of true here, means it will give us the output here. So you can see here number 1 is greater than or equal to 20 and the number 2 is also greater than or equal to 20. Okay, so this is a simple program of the logical operator in C++. So if you find any of the problem regarding to this lecture, if you not understand any of the logic regarding to this lecture, please let me know.